Good evening and welcome to Delight classes. We are in continuation with narration and today we are going to study some specific rules of direct and indirect speech. So let's start. Before starting these specific rules, let us revise very fast some general rules of direct and indirect speech. First of all, direct speech is just the quotation given by the speaker. It is quoted as such. In indirect speech, we give the synapse of what the speaker has said. General rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech are: number one, we remove the comma after the reporting verb. We remove the comma which is after the reporting verb. Let me tell you, direct speech is in two parts. One part is called the reporting verb and the other part is called reported speech. Reported speech is always in inverted commas. So, coming back to our rules, rule number one, we remove the comma which is after the reporting verb. On the second place, we remove the inverted comma of reported speech. We join reporting verb and reported speech by a connective. These were the three rules, general rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech. Let us come to some specific rules we already have studied before. So, some specific rules. Number one is if the reporting verb is in present or future tense. If the reporting verb is in present or future tense, the tense of reported speech will not change. If the reporting verb is in present or future tense, the tense of reported speech will not change. Second specific rule is, if the direct speech is related to any universal fact, proverb, or historical fact, or habitual action, the tense of reported speech will not change if even reporting verb is in past tense. Let me revise this rule again. If the reporting verb is even in past tense, the tense of reported speech will not change in some particular sentences like universal truth, universal fact, habitual fact, historical fact, or proverbs. While opening these sentences, while changing them into indirect speech, we will remove the comma, we will remove the inverted comma, we will use the connective to join reporting verb and reported speech, and if the first letter is not a proper noun, we will just change it into small letter because proper nouns start with a capital letter. So now coming to rules of today's video, which are very specific rules. Today we are going to discuss about specific rules of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences can be divided into two types. Number one, interrogative sentences which have their answer in yes or no. Interrogative sentences can be divided into two types. Number one is which have the answer in yes or no. And second sentences are those which do not have their answer in yes or no. And they are called WH type. WH type. For example of the sentences which have the answer in yes or no in interrogative. Are you happy? Answer can be yes, answer can be no. Do you know me? Answer can be same, yes or no. Will you accompany me? Answer can be yes or no. So these sentences belong to the type yes or no type of interrogative sentences. Second types, the questions which cannot be answered in yes or no. In those questions which have their answer in yes or no, there are no very specific rules, but in the sentences which do not have their answer in yes or no, while changing into indirect speech, we use the connective if or whether. Let me clear it to you. The sentences, interrogative sentences, which have their answer in yes or no. To join the reporting verb and reported speech, we use the connective that. But the sentences which do not have their answer in yes or no, we use the connective if or whether. In indirect speech, interrogative sentence is changed into assertive sentence. In indirect speech, interrogative sentence is changed into assertive sentence. It changes into assertive sentence. Number 2, question mark is removed. तो जब कभी हम किसी इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस को चेंज करते हैं इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में, तो इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस चेंज हो जाता है असर्टिव सेंटेंस में, और असर्टिव सेंटेंस में चेंज हो जाने के कारण ड्यू टू दैट क्वेश्चन मार्क गेट्स रिमूव्ड एंड टेंस गेट्स चेंज्ड इन रिपोर्टेड स्पीच. टेंस गेट्स चेंज्ड इन रिपोर्टेड स्पीच and pronoun also changes according to the rules. So in indirect speech, the interrogative sentence changes into assertive sentence. So question mark gets removed. Tense of the reported speech changes. Pronouns also change according to the rules already stated before. So now let's see one example. Sometimes reporting verb say, says or said. Reporting verb say, says or said gets substituted, मतलब उसकी प्लेस पर दूसरा आ जाएगा. Gets substituted means some other word will be taking the place of that word. So reporting verb say, says or said changes into ask, asks, and asked. Sometimes ask is substituted by inquire, inquire, inquire or enquire, inquire. So एक बार फिर से रिवाइज करते हैं. जब हम कभी किसी इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस को चेंज करते हैं इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच में, तो वो इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस असर्टिव सेंटेंस में चेंज हो जाता है. क्वेश्चन मार्क obviously gets removed because assertive sentence do not have question mark. Tense of the reported speech changes and pronouns also change according to the rule. Reporting verb say, says or said changes into ask, asked or asked. Sometimes ask is substituted by inquire, inquire or enquire, inquire. So there is no difference between the inquire and inquire. It is used at different places for the same meaning. Inquire or enquire both have the same meaning. They originate from the same word is seek. S-E-E-K, seek, and that is meaning to search something. So inquire is to get something, to search something. So let us see the example. She said to me, comma, in inverted commas, are you going to college? She said to me, comma, in inverted commas, are you going to college? Inverted comma closed. And there is a question mark after that. She asked me, while changing it into indirect speech, she asked me if I was going to college. If I was going to college. So R is changed into I, and connective if is placed as comma, and inverted comma are removed from that place, and we join reporting verb and reported speech by some connective. So why have we used if here instead of that? Because already I have told you in indirect speech, interrogative sentence changes into assertive sentence, and inquire or enquire are substituted instead of that. But if the question does not answer in yes or no, then that is substituted by if or whether. She said to me, are you going to college? So change होगा तो क्या होगा? She asked me if I was going to college. If हमने यहाँ पे ऊपर वाले सेंटेंस को देख के नहीं यूज किया है, she asked me, उसने मुझसे पूछा क्या तुम कॉलेज जा रही हो? Thank you. See you again in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Share and subscribe the channel.